morning, everyone. We will now deal with the second type of permutation, which is in circular form. So, our target for this video lesson is to differentiate linear and circular permutation, and we're going to illustrate how to solve circular permutation and solve problems involving permutation of objects, particularly in circular form. So I want you to observe these pictures. What is common about these pictures? Okay, as you can notice, it is pertaining to objects or people that is being arranged in circular form. So have you been in Mall of Asia? There are rides na naka-circular form, katulad nitong Ferris wheel. And then these beaded bracelets is also in circular form. And these people, I think they are having a meeting and they are arranged in, or they are seated in a round table. And this cake is in a circular form and there are designs around. So it illustrates circular permutation. So what does circular permutation means? It refers to the number of ordered arrangements in circular form. By the term itself, circular, so it only means na yung iba't ibang bagay ay i-arrange natin ng paikot, ng pabilog. Unlike in linear permutation, that is in linear form, isang diretso. So yun ang pagkakaiba nilang dalawa. Because not all times, objects are arranged in a linear form. May mga pagkakataon na naka-circular form. Okay? So what is the formula? So the formula is the quantity of n minus 1 factorial. Wherein, again, n is the total number of objects. And don't forget that the factorial notation symbol is outside the parentheses. So please be careful about it. Okay? So for this first example, in how many ways can 8 horses be arranged in a merry-go-round or in a carousel? Have you experienced to try it? I hope so. Lalo na after this pandemic. Okay? So, what is the value of n? Okay. So the value of n here is 8 because we are pertaining here with 8 horses in the carousel or in the merry-go-round. And why does it make as a circular permutation? Because of the keyword merry-go-round. Because that is in circular form. So applying the formula, we will have the quantity of n minus 1 factorial. Just substitute the value of n. We will have 8 minus 1, which will become 7 factorial. We're just going to subtract it and then simplify it using your calculator. Or that is 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. The answer there is 5,040 ways. Okay? As simple as that. Then let's make another example. A bracelet has 6 different charms. As you can notice, on the picture, we have 6 different figures or 6 different charms. How many arrangements of charms are possible? Now, why is it in circular permutation? As we all know, a bracelet is round. Kasi nga, paikot siya doon sa ating mga wrist. Okay? So, that is circular permutation. So, what's the value of n here? Okay, very good. The value of n here is 6. So let's solve for that. In bracelet, let us be careful on solving for this because we need to provide divided by 2 on the formula of circular permutation because a bracelet has 2 similar faces once worn. So, pagka sinuot mo yung bracelet, iba ang itsura niya pagka on its front and on its back. So, pagka iniikot mo yung wrist mo, naiiba yung faces. Okay? So, kailangan mag-divide by 2. So, please take note of that in a bracelet. So, bracelet lang siya ha. So, how are we going to solve for this? Again, our n is equal to 6. Apply it in the formula. Substitute n by 6 and then simplify. 6 minus 1, the answer there is 5 factorial. Then divided by 2. 5 factorial is 120. Divided by 2, the answer there is 60 ways. So that's how you solve for a problem pertaining to bracelet with different charms. Clear? Okay, thank you so much. Let's have another example. Let's make it a challenging one. In how many ways can 10 people be seated at a round table if they can sit anywhere? What makes it as a circular permutation? The keyword here is a round table. And we are pertaining here with 10 people. So, magkakaiba yon. So, what's the value of n? Very good. The answer there is 10. Now, as you can notice, they can sit anywhere. Sitting anywhere means there are no restrictions on the problem, so we could solve it as easy as before. Katulad ng example number 1. So with that, ang solution po natin ay, like what I've told to you a while ago, there are no restrictions. Using the value of n, which is 10, we're going to solve for it. Having the solution, applying in the formula, the quantity of n minus 1 factorial is equal to, n will become 10. So what is 10 minus 1? The answer there is 9 factorial. And then, in a longer way of solving for it, once we say 9 factorial, that is 9 times 8 times 7 times 6, until you reach 1, but you can simply calculate it in your calculator, pressing 9 and then the factorial notation. So, the answer there is 362,880. Okay, so I hope you got it. Next item. Let's make it difficult this time. 2 people must sit next to each other. 2 people must sit next to each other. What does it mean? In the round table, we have there 10 people seated. Sabi, 2 people must sit next to each other. So, like what we've done on linear permutation, may magkatabi, so ibig sabihin, magka-count siya as 1. Kaya ang magiging value ng n natin ay 9. Okay? Kasi counted siya as 1. And don't forget as well na itong dalawang to, they could exchange their places. Kaya may idadagdag pa rin tayo, which is 2 factorial. So, having said, on that explanation, we will have the solution. The quantity of n minus 1 factorial will become 9 minus 1 because the value of n, katulad ng na-discuss kanina, is magiging 9. Tapos po, madadagdagan ng 2 factorial because 2 people must sit next to each other. Simplifying that, 9 minus 1 is 8 factorial times 2 factorial. And then, its product is 80,640. Okay? Let's have the last example. What if yung dalawang yun nagkaaway? Diba? There are some circumstances that the 2 people must not sit next to each other. What are we going to do? This case has also restrictions wherein 2 people must not sit next to each other. We're going to apply the concept in grade 7, which is the complement of a set. Wherein, diba, lahat ng possibilities, lahat yan pwedeng mangyari. So that is 1. Minus the thing that could be done. Okay? So we can subtract the total of ways where 2 people must sit next to each other from the times where there are no restrictions. Halimbawa, sa 1 to 10, it is composed of odd and even numbers. So pagka tinanggal mo yung even, ang matitira ay odd. So parang ganun yung konsepto niya. So how are we going to solve for this? Katulad lang nung kanina, itong 10 minus 1 factorial, yan yung no restrictions. They can sit anywhere. Ima-minus mo lang yung mga pagkakataon that they could sit together. So, ito yung solution natin kanina. So, yan yung ibig sabihin ng complement of a set. Okay? So, we're going to simplify for it. 10 minus 1 will become 9. And then 9 minus 1 will become 8. So, kung ano man yung sagot natin kanina, so subtract lang natin yan. The answer there is 282,240 ways. Okay? So, that is circular permutation. I hope everything is clear with you. Thank you so much. To God be all the glory.